So traders, back in 2008, before the '08 crash, gold actually made a similar pattern that happened back in '08 before the '08 crash, and it's happening again right now, almost to the T, the exact same pattern. And if it is the exact same pattern, we have another really big leg to come in gold before the recession starts. So let's get straight into it, guys. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into today's session here. And let's actually talk about this here. So let's actually I'm bringing up the gold chart here, right? So this is actually pretty cool. This is something I just noticed. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. Now, to the left, okay, to the left is the gold daily chart. To the right is gold daily chart. But to the left is back when the '08 crash was happening, okay? Hear me out. So the '08 crash actually happened here, okay? So what actually happened here? We actually did what? Now, as you can see, this is pretty cool, okay? So if we do this here, okay, let's actually draw. Okay, so I'm looking for a bit of a rectangle. Okay, so for a while, for a few years, guess what? We did nothing, right? We did nothing for a few years. And so that's what actually happened through there, right? For a few years. But after a few years, what ended up happening? We did that. And, geez. So we did that, and check this out. So we actually had, right? So we had this here, right? So we can see here, for a few years we had a sideways, but then we went up, and then we really went in this tight channel, and we broke to the upside. Okay, so that was back in, that was this again. This whole movement down here is indeed the '08 crash, right? So this here was the '08 crash. So how does that compare to now? All right, so let's check this out. So what we end up doing is what? Let's see, can I bring it up? All right, trying to, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, but see what ended up, look, there we go. Let's actually do this here. So look what happened, right? We went sideways for what? We went sideways for a few years, but what did we get? We went up, and then we had the sideways. See that through there? So again, this is what happened now. To the right, to the left is '08. Sideways for a bit. Actually, we went down, back up, sideways, tight channel, breakout. Down, up, sideways, tight channel, breakout. Now, this is where it gets actually pretty cool, right? Now, check this out. Now, if you actually look at this bit here, what happened first? Right, let me open this chart right up so you can see it. There we go. Can you be right? Getting a bit of that through. Something stuck in my throat there. A bit of rice there. Anyway, so we can see here up. Look at here. This is pretty cool. So we did that, okay. And then what did we do? We had this little period. Let's see if we can do like an eclipse, right? So we had a first leg up, and then we went sideways for a little bit. Right, see that through there? See how we just went really just sideways? We went just a little bit just sideways, just a small little bit. See that through there? Same thing here, right? Again, this is back before the '08 crash. This is where it gets pretty cool. Sideways, breakout, small little pullback, and then we had a run again. Sideways, up, small little pullback, and then run again. You see what I'm saying? Now, where are we right now? Well, if history is repeating itself, and my goodness, this is the exact same thing. Gold could be getting ready for a really big move, right? Just based off history. So if I go back to, let's go back to the triangle pattern, or sorry, the square, and we can see then what ended up happening was we did what? After circle went for a big move, and then we went what? Then we went sideways. What happened? What happened just recently? We did what? We had after the circle, we had a big move, and now we're just gone sideways. You see this, guys? You see what I'm saying? Like, this is almost like, okay, now we do know the recession's coming, right? We do know a recession is coming. Timing, we don't know, okay? Probably within the next 12 months or so, we're probably going to be in the thick of a recession. The really interesting thing is before the '08 crash, which is this bit through here, by the way, this is what happened with gold in the '08 crash. So this here was all of O here. And then as you can see, right, we had that through there, up, circle, there. So as you can see that after here, we actually went for another big move. So what's the come? Right, now, now let's actually use some projection here. Let's have a bit of fun with this here, okay? How far did that go? Well, let's do a 1-to-1 projection, right? Let's just see what happens there. So if we do a 1-to-1, meaning we're going to measure the first leg up from the bottom of the, see this first leg up, which is basically there, and it went up, 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 and then it actually stopped right there. That was the maximum low, the maximum high, that first leg up. All right, so that's what I'm going to copy that, and then what I'm going to do is see how this bit through here, if I do this here, I'm just looking at this is more like a 1-to-1 projection. Okay, that was the bottom of the move before the leg started, and then actually look where it actually got to, 1,000, right? So that was pretty much a 1-to-1 range of where it went to. So if history does repeat itself, my goodness, guys, this actually looks pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. Yes, I'm in the dark right now, and I'm going through the charts. I'm looking for opportunities. I hope you guys are studying as well too, right? Looking for opportunities as well. Testing this out. If you get so much entrained with the whole what's happening with the Trump and the news and so on and so forth, sometimes we can get so entrained with that we actually stop seeing for what the market is telling us, right? So if that's what happened back in '08, a 1-to-1 from the bottom to the overall top, went sideways. If we are there, which is 1, 2, then what that simply says is that if we do the same thing again from there to there, because what that was the low to high. Remember I said before, like this is that was that first leg up, right? Big first leg up into the box, and then the second very big leg up before the '08 crash. And as you can see, it did pretty much a 1-to-1. If this is the bottom here, now we don't know if it's the bottom yet, okay? We don't know if that's the bottom yet, but if this is the last little bottom before the move up, where could we be? Where could we? We may not be there yet, right, guys? Because look at this over here. One thing that's important to understand is check this out. Look at all these, right? It went up for a bit, and then it went down for a week, and then it went sideways for a week here, right? So it didn't just go straight up, right? So just keep that in mind. So, but if this was the bottom and we did go to 1-to-1, where would it likely to go to? It simply says that we're probably likely to go to around the 2,700 level, right? Now it's probably going to overshoot with that because it does look like that 2,000 level was a major resistance level there, right? So I would say we're probably going to overshoot and probably even head back up towards the 3,000 level from there. But on a conservative approach, when it does start to break out, we could see probably a 2,800 level on there. You see that through there, guys? So this is something I just wanted to share with you that I noticed just recently, just doing my analysis. I'm just like, huh. So to me, if history does repeat itself now gold is doing the exact same thing before the '08 crash. That tells me we have another very big bull leg to come out of gold before we really start to get into the thick of the recession, right? Or we start to go through the real big. So that tells me that we're probably going to have another 6 months or more of upward movement, and maybe even that's going to go with the actual stock market as well. And we're going to go up with the stock market, and we're going to go here, and then we're going to start to go through what? then we're going to start to go through this here, a big sort of down period through here. But guess what, guys? After this gyration and gold having a very big pullback. Now, by the way, guys, that from there to there, that was almost a 35% drop in gold, right? But what ended up happening after the crash, right? Because if this whole bit through here was the crash, right? And if we do get that come through there, and if we do get something like this here, right? If we did get something like that, then we get what? Then we get the big crash from there to there. What ended up happening afterwards? You see that there, guys? You see that? Look at that. That's what came afterwards. I'm actually expecting the exact same thing, by the way. This is the exact same thing. And so I'm expecting probably another. I was already expecting another leg up, but now I'm looking at this here. I'm like, box, circle, box, box, circle, box. Probably another leg to the upside. Then back into the 08 crash. Right, but then on the other side, if we're going to do the exact same sort of percentage, which is from that low point to the high point, right? Where did that actually, let me do this here. Yeah, look at that move that came afterwards, right? Again, through the 08 period, so through this is all the 08 crash. So that was, by the way, guys, that was 1 year worth of movement. And then look what happened afterwards. 2009 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 through to 12. Look at that move. So I'm actually expecting the same thing, right? So looking at gold, now this is not gold mining stocks, right, guys? This is not gold mining stocks. Some of you guys think, oh, John said gold. No, this is just looking at gold here, okay? Probably the same thing for silver here, but I really wanted to focus on gold. This is doing the exact same thing right now. And if it is repeating, which it does look like it's repeating, then we actually have a lot more upside, another very big leg up before we actually have a real big drop in gold coming real soon. So hope this helped you out there today, traders. If you do need some help, guys, then make sure that you click on that first link in the description or go to johnsfreegift.com. And on that, you'll be able to get access to a webinar that I'm running right now, training that I'll teach you all the details that you need to know on how to identify a high quality trading setup in the markets so you can start to apply this to your own trading today.